Shalom, shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, and the men of great millstone, as well as those men that preach and teach the likewise doctrine. No compromises, no mixing it to fix it. Shalom to all the Akim and a few Akwath who may be listening. This is your brother Batakallah from the GMS camp here in Chicago, coming back at you with another video through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. And we're going to get right into it. This is the book of 1 Kings, chapter 17 and 1. And Elijah, the Tishbite, who was of the inhabitants of Gilead, said unto Ahab, as the Lord of, as Yahweh, power of Israel, liveth, before whom I stand, there shall be no dew nor rain these years, but according to my word. All right, so the Lord is speaking through Elijah and letting the people know that it's going to be a drought, which is then, usually, especially back in the ancient world, droughts, even to this day, droughts result in famines because you can't grow nothing without rain. All right. So if a drought is being foretold, the Lord is speaking through Elijah and communicating that a drought is coming. All right. And the word of Yahweh came unto him, saying, Get thee hence and turn thee eastward and hide thyself by the brook Cherith that is before Jordan. All right. So the Lord then speaks to Elijah and tells him to go to a particular area where he'll be able to get water, where it'll be water at for him. Because once again, the whole, they about to suffer from a drought. So people not going to be able to have water. People not going to be able to grow things very well. So it's going to be a famine. But the Lord told Elijah where to go so that he'll be provided for and that the famine wouldn't affect him. All right. Verse 4, and it shall be that thou shalt drink of the brook, and I have commanded ravens to feed thee there. All right, so the Lord sent them to a source of water, and then the Lord said that he's going to have birds, ravens are a particular type of bird. So he's going to have ravens flying and delivering food to them, basically. All right. Now, this is all based on faith because these things are not feasible. First of all, the Lord telling you that it's going to be a drought, most people wouldn't believe that. The men of the Lord have been sighing and crying and warning not just Jake, but the whole world about all these things that Esau is about to bring down. And only now with the writing being on the wall and the things actually beginning to start being carried out, have people begun to start listening. And even still now, it's a lot of people that don't believe that the Lord is really coming to judge this place. And he's going to start off by using Esau to mark a lot of these people, man. 2/3 of Israel and a vast majority of you heathens are going to get marked by Esau, which is going to result in you being destroyed by the Lord when he comes back. All right. But Elijah had faith when the Lord told him that the drought was coming, and he had faith when he told him to go where he told him to go so that he could be sustained with water and drink. All right. And that's the same spirit that we got to have now. Let me go to this Hebrews chapter 1 and 11. Salakia chapter 11 and 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. For by it the elders obtained a good report. So, all the things written aforetime before our learning, these men, the Lord put them through these situations. Not only, Lord willing, we are these men coming back in reincarnation, but the Lord put these particular individuals through these instances and these situations back in those days, not only to increase their faith in that time, but also to increase our faith in this time with their testimony. All right. The things are written aforetime before our learning, like the scriptures say. All right. So we're going to read verse 5. This 1 Kings 17 and 5. So he went and did according unto the word of Yahweh. He went and dwelt by the brook Cherith that is before Jordan. And the ravens brought him bread and flesh in the morning, and bread and flesh in the evening, and he drank of the brook. And notice it don't say that he questioned or had any questions or was asking why or none of that. The spirit of the Lord told him what to do, and he did it. And that's the same spirit you're going to have to be in when this Jacob's trouble comes. We're not gonna have the of course the Lord got us, but it's still not going to be no room for error out here when these people are going crazy. You're going to have to follow the spirit, because if you don't, you will possibly die from not doing what the spirit say to do. All right. Verse 6, and the ravens brought him bread and flesh in the morning, and bread and flesh in the evening, and he drank of the brook. So these ravens are delivering him food. All right. And this is something that's not feasible. All right. Even back then, even today, people would never think that, you know, birds would just fly by and drop bread and meat for you. Pause. But that's what the Lord had them ravens do, because he's in control of everything. Verse 7. And it came to pass after a while that the brook dried up, because there had been no rain in the land. And the word of Yahweh came unto him, saying, Arise and get thee to Zarephath, which belongeth to Zidon, and dwell there. Behold, I have commanded a widow woman there to sustain thee. So the time comes where the Lord tells Elijah to leave from where he's at with the brook and to go to another location. And at this location, there would be a woman who was a widow, and the Lord was going to have her take care of him. This is what the Lord told him. All right. Verse 10. So he arose and went to Zarephath, and when he came to the gate of the city, behold, the widow woman was there gathering of sticks. And he called to her and said, Fetch me, I pray thee, a little water in a vessel, that I may drink. And she was going to fetch it. He called to her and said, Bring me, I pray thee, a morsel of bread in thine hand. All right, so he meets up with the lady. He asks her to give him some food and drink after his journey. And she said, As the Lord thy power liveth, and she said, As Yahweh thy power liveth, I have not a cake, but a handful of meal in a barrel, and a little oil in a cruse. And behold, I am gathering 2 sticks, that I may go in and dress it for me and my son, that we may eat and die. All right, so she tells him she doesn't have a lot of flour, enough flour and oil to make food for all of them. And even prior to Elijah getting there, she didn't have enough. And she expected that she was just going to deal with what little she had and then, you know, end up dying because of starvation, basically. All right. This verse 13, and Elijah said unto her, Fear not, go and do as thou hast said, but make me thereof a little cake first, and bring it unto me, and after make for thee and for thy son. All right, so he already knows that the Lord is going to bless her to where they all going to be able to eat. And that's why he told her to just go do it. All right, she don't understand this because, you know, she don't understand this. But he knows what the Lord told him. So he's telling her to move based off what the Lord told him. All right. This verse 14, For thus saith Yahweh, power of Israel, the barrel of meal shall not waste, neither shall the cruse of oil fail, until the day that Yahweh sendeth rain upon the earth. So the Lord told Elijah that they was going to be able to eat and be good until the famine ended, when he was dealing with this lady. And notice that the lady went, and don't say that she went back and forth with him or nothing. She went and she did as he said to do. And that's why the Lord blessed her. All right. And that's why the Lord blessed him, because he had faith, he believed, and he did as the Lord said. All right. And she went and did according to the saying of Elijah, and she and he and her house did eat many days, and the barrel of meal wasted not, neither did the cruse of oil fail, according to the word of Yahweh, which he spake by Elijah. All right. So the Lord told Elijah that he was going to be good. First, when he went to the brook, and second, when he went and dealt with the woman. All right, this Matthew chapter 6 and verse 25. Therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat or what ye shall drink, nor yet for your body, what ye shall put on. Is not the life more than meat, and the body more than raiment? So we're not supposed to be worried about what's coming next and how we're going to be sustained next, whether it's financially, whether it's with food, whether it's with clothes, drink, whatever. You know, we supposed to have faith in the Lord and just believe that the Lord got us, and as they say in the world, let go and let God. All right, because that's what having faith is about. You just have to know that the Lord got you, as long as you're doing what you're supposed to do according to what the scriptures say. All right. And if the Lord ends up forsaking you, you got to understand that it's because you deserve it. Anything that you go through and deal with is because we got sins to pay for from this life and from the past lives. And Lord willing, you pray for mercy, and the Lord won't forsake you completely to where you become a reprobate, or you end up dying. All right. This is Matthew chapter 6 and verse 26. Behold the fowls of the air, for they sow not, neither do they reap, nor gather into barns, yet your heavenly Father feedeth them. Are ye not much better than they? All right. And that's what we have to remember. Okay. The Lord takes care of everything. All right. As long as you in order, the Lord is going to take care of you. As long as you doing right by Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, according to what the scriptures say, to the best of your ability, the Lord is going to take care of you in these trying times. And you got to have faith in that, because, we're going to be tested. We're going to be faced with adversity. That's just a part of what we got to deal with. We got to go through the straight gate, and it's fire on one side, water on the other side, and it's only wide enough for one to pass at a time. So you got to make sure that you on point, and that you staying prayed up. If you got to fast, do what you got to do, and just don't allow other people to sway what you know to be true about the Lord. A lot of jakes allow other people to get in their ear, and then demons jump on them and they lose faith. But you got to be careful with that, man. You got to be careful who you spending a lot of your time with. And, of course, we got to deal with people while we outside in the world. We got to use the world and not abuse it, and be peaceable among all men, if at all possible. But that don't mean that you allow people to have power and control over your mental state, power and control over your opinion on things, etc. All right, you got to have faith, and you always got to keep Yahweh Bashem Yahushai in your mind. Now we're going to get this Isaiah, and then we're going to close this out, Lord willing. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 65 and verse 13. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh power, behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Behold, my servants shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. All right, so as long as we serving the Lord to the best of our ability in truth and in sincerity, the Lord is going to fight for us, and the Lord is going to have us and preserve us. Whether we have to go through certain adversities or not, the Lord is still going to take care of us, man. All right. But for those that don't want to do the work, for those that don't want to serve the Lord don't got nothing to do with you. And the Lord is going to deliver you into destruction. All right. You're going to get judged, and you're going to suffer death by pain. And as far as you heathens, this don't even apply to you, man. Get ready to be a slave, man. All right. But with that being said, we're going to give all praises, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, and the men of great millstone, as well as those men that preach and teach the likewise doctrine. No compromises, no mixing it to fix it. Shalom to all the Akim and the few Akwat who may be listening. And Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson. Until next time, shalom.